Welcome to my channel, Yasmos. Space exploration is my passion, a place that answers all your space questions. I am your Yasmonaut, Yash Mittal. Why don't you buckle up as we launch this episode? Isn't that amazing that India reached Mars in their first attempt, and now in their first attempt they have reached Moon in their Chandrayaan-2 mission. Today we take up some questions on Chandrayaan-2. So let's begin. First question asks about what is the mission Chandrayaan-2 all about and where is it headed? That's an important question. The name Chandrayaan means moon voyage. This is the second lunar exploration mission by ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization. The first mission was called Chandrayaan-1. As the name suggests, Chandrayaan is headed to the moon. Next question. We all know that there is nothing on the moon, no water, no atmosphere. Then why are we going to moon? Well, the moon is the closest cosmic body at which space discovery can be attempted and documented. It is also a promising test bed to demonstrate technologies required for deep space missions. Chandrayaan-2 will foster a deep age of discovery, increase our understanding of mission, simulate the advancement of technology, promote global alliance, and inspire the future generation of explorers and scientists. This question asks, what does Chandrayaan-2 intends to find on the dead and empty surface of Moon? Well, Chandrayaan-2 is on a mission unlike any before, leveraging nearly a decade of scientific research and engineering development. India's second lunar expedition will shed light on a completely unexplored section of the moon, its south polar region. The mission will help us gain a better understanding of the origin and evolution of the moon by conducting detailed topographical studies, comprehensive mineralogy analysis, and a host of another experiments on the lunar surface. While on the moon, Chandrayaan-2 will also explore discoveries made by Chandrayaan-1, such as the presence of water molecules on the moon and new rock types with unique composition. Next question is, what are the scientific objectives of Chandrayaan-2? Why explore the lunar south pole? Well, we know Moon provides the best linkage to Earth's early history. The origin of the Moon needs further explanations. Extensive mapping of the lunar surface to study variations in lunar surface composition is essential to trace back the origin and evolution of the Moon. Evidence of water molecules discovered by Chandrayaan-1 requires further studies on the extent of water molecule distribution on the surface, below the surface, and in the tenuous lunar exosphere to address the origin of water on Moon. The lunar south pole is especially interesting because of the lunar surface area here that remains in shadow is much larger than that of the north pole. There is a possibility of the presence of water in permanently shadowed areas around it. In addition, South Pole region has craters that are cold traps and contain a fossil record of the early solar system. Chandrayaan-2 will attempt to soft land the lander Vikram and the rover Pragyan in the high plain between two craters at a latitude of about 70 degrees south. What makes Chandrayaan-2 so special? It is the first space mission to conduct a soft landing on the moon's south polar region. It is also the first Indian expedition to attempt a soft landing on lunar surface with homegrown technology. It's the first Indian mission to explore the lunar terrain with homegrown technology. It is also the fourth country ever to soft land on the lunar surface. How will Chandrayaan-2 be sent to space? The GSLV Mark III will carry Chandrayaan-2 to its designated orbit. This three-stage vehicle is India's most powerful launcher to date and is capable of launching 4-ton class of satellites to the Geosynchronous Transfer Orbit (GTO). But now, what is GSLV Mark III? It is the Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle Mark III. Who pushes the rocket so high? The rocket goes up so high because of three components in it. These components are S200 solid rocket boosters, L110 liquid stage, C25 upper stage. But why is India attempting space exploration? Through this mission, we aim to 1. Expand India's footprint in space. 2. Inspire a future generation of scientists, engineers and explorers. 3. Surpass international aspirations. I hear that the satellite would go around circling the Earth and the Moon before landing. But why? Let's find out. Chandrayaan got its flying momentum by taking couple of rotations around Earth and Moon. Satellite generates its propulsion to move forward by rotating around Earth and the Moon. But when was it launched? India's Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle GSLV Mark III M1 successfully launched Chandrayaan-2 spacecraft at 2:43 p.m. IST on July 22, 2019 into its planned orbit. Where was it launched from and what are the following events taking place after the launch? Well, the launch took place from the second launch pad at Satish Dhawan Space Center, Shar, Sriharikota. After the injection of Chandrayaan-2 spacecraft, a series of maneuvers will be carried out to raise its orbit and put Chandrayaan-2 on lunar transfer trajectory. How will Vikram lander behave on entering Moon's environment? On entering Moon's sphere of influence, on board thrusters will slow down the spacecraft for lunar capture. The orbit of Chandrayaan-2 around the Moon will be circularized to 100 by 100 kilometers orbit through a series of orbital maneuvers. On the day of landing, the lander will separate from the orbiter and then perform a series of complex maneuvers comprising of rough braking and fine braking. Imaging of the landing site region prior to landing will be done for finding safe and hazard-free zones. The lander Vikram will finally land near South Pole of the Moon on September 7, 2019. Subsequently, rover will roll out and carry out experiments on lunar surface for a period of 1 lunar day, which is equal to 14 Earth days. Orbiter will continue its mission for a duration of 1 year. First we have is the orbiter. It weighs 2,379 kilograms. Its electric power generation capability is 1000 volt. At the time of launch, the Chandrayaan-2 orbiter will be capable of communicating with Indian Deep Space Network at Bealulu as well as the Vikram lander. The mission life of the orbiter is 1 year and it will be placed in a 100 by 100 kilometer lunar polar unit. Next we have is the lander Vikram. It weighs 1,471 kilograms. Its electric power generation capability is 650 volt. The lander of Chandrayaan-2 is named Vikram Lander after Dr. Vikram A. Sarabhai, the father of the Indian space program. It is developed to function for 1 lunar day, which is equivalent to about 14 Earth days. Vikram has the capability to communicate with IDSN at Bealulu near Bangalore as well as with the orbiter and rover. The lander is designed to execute a soft landing on the lunar surface. Now we have the rover Pragyan. It weighs 27 kilograms. Its electric power generation capability is 50 volt. Chandrayaan-2's rover is a 6-wheeled robotic vehicle named Pragyan, which translates to wisdom in Sanskrit. It can travel up to 500 meters, leveraging solar energy for its functioning. It can only communicate with the lander. Now let's talk about the timeline of the mission. It all started on 18th of September 2008 when Prime Minister Manmohan Singh approved the Chandrayaan-2 lunar mission. Now the mission planning. So the launch date was July 22nd, 2019. Landing on Moon was September 7th, 2019. Scientific experiment on Moon, 1 lunar day, which is 14 Earth days. The orbital experiment will be operational for 1 year. Looks like it has been too much in one video. Thank you for watching. Share and subscribe, and don't forget your likes will encourage me